I never saw a 25-kilometer monster before. Let's see if the sea eater is actually real.
Have you ever wondered what if some mythical sea creatures were actually real? I mean, everyone's heard stories from sailors who swore they saw something in the ocean that can't be explained. Today, I'll show you 10 sea legends that might not be myths after all. Half of them appeared in my previous videos, but the other half are brand new discoveries, so make sure to watch till the end. Number 10, Godzilla. It's a giant monster from Japan and one of the most famous...
would go and blast some mythical, magical thing from their mouth. Like, I don't think that...
After the tragedies of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan turned its pain into a story, a warning about the consequences of power humans can't control. Over time, Godzilla changed. The monster that once... He's a global legend. But here's the twist.
More than just 3 movies about King Kong and Godzilla, but I don't know. I'm just saying.
Godzilla actually existed.
Yeah.
Scientists found fossils of Patagotitan majorum, a real giant over 36 meters long, and
like
as heavy as 10 elephants. So while movies turned Godzilla into a symbol of destruction, nature had already written its own version, a real-life titan that once ruled the planet. Number 9, Hydra. You remember the monster Hercules fought? That terrifying beast with many heads? That legendary creature was called the Hydra. It sounds impossible, but here's the surprise. It actually exists. But don't worry, it's not exactly the nightmare from the myth. In ancient Greek stories, a Hydra was a deadly water monster shaped like a snake, known for one terrifying trick. If you cut off one head, 2 grew back. Even worse, its breath was toxic enough to kill. Hercules defeated this beast during his famous 12 labors, making it one of the greatest stories ever told. The Greeks and Romans couldn't get...
I still want to know, like, if he say if you cut one head off, then another grow back. But how you fully actually kill it? That's what I want to know.
Enough of this story. It appeared everywhere, in paintings, pottery, sculptures, even coins.
Dang,
clearly this epic battle fascinated them deeply. But here's the twist. A real-life Hydra exists today. It's not huge or deadly, though. This Hydra is tiny, only about 10 millimeters long, about the size of a grain of rice. It lives underwater and catches its food using stinging arms. Here's where things get even stranger. Scientists discovered something shocking about this little creature. It might live forever. In 2015, researchers tried many ways to kill the Hydra. They failed every time. Why? Because each time, the Hydra's cells grew back, keeping it forever young. Therefore, this tiny real-life Hydra could teach scientists something amazing about living forever. Ancient myths imagined an unstoppable monster, but nature created something even more incredible. A creature that never grows up. Number 8, Jormungandr, known as the Midgard serpent, is a colossal...
Why did Jormungandr look like a giant snake? Like a big python? I'm not seeing like a venom snake. A venom snake isn't that big, right? But is it? I don't know. But why it look like just a python? Or it look like a dragon to me. I think it wasn't a python or dragon. It gotta be like python or dragon.
A great beast. And legends say he traps humanity within his endless coils. Few beings, even among the gods, can match his terror. Jormungandr is one of Loki's 3 children, alongside Hel and Fenrir. When the gods discovered Loki's children, they feared what these creatures might become. Odin threw Jormungandr into the ocean, hoping he would drown, but he didn't. Instead, he grew, feeding on the sea itself until his body wrapped around the earth. The gods feared him, for his return would mean the end of all things. During the final battle of Ragnarok, the god Thor faces the serpent Jormungandr and kills it, but its venom seeps into his body. After taking only 9 steps, Thor collapses dead beside his enemy. But maybe this myth wasn't pure fantasy. In ancient fossils, remains of a creature called Paleophis colosseus, a real sea serpent that lived 60 million years ago, have been found.
Basically, what y'all are seeing is there are creatures that are living in the sea right now that are like them, but not like the size of them. I thought y'all were talking about like this, like they're real mythical creatures that are actually the size of that actual creature. But in reality, they're not. They just look like it, but not the size of it. They just look like it.
50 feet, as long as 2 small school buses back to back. Ancient people who uncovered its bones might have believed they'd found proof of the legendary serpent.
They thought they found
even
proof
today,
of the,
his story lives on in carvings.
Mythical creature is actually real. This is actually real.
The sound nicknamed the Blue traveled over
whale or bigger than the actual whale in the sea to make like some type of sound like that.
Number 6,
Oh.
Scylla.
So
A
a fish
whirlpool
that's
on one side,
can
a
make
six-headed
it.
monster
Well,
on the other.
I thought
Could you
it
survive
was
that? In
true.
Greek mythology,
What?
Scylla lurked in a narrow sea
Scylla.
channel, facing the
What?
sea-swallowing whirlpool Charybdis.
Wow.
Sailors who turned away from one were forced
I
toward
thought
the
Scylla was
other.
like a
There was no
giant,
safe path,
squid.
only a choice between two
Isn't there
horrors.
a giant
Enormous, but
squid
she
in the
was
sea?
terrifying.
Well,
Six
it might
long
be-
necks twisting from
And if you look in her ear snakes, they can turn into stones. So why they look like this ear snake from Medusa? Like,
Amphitrite, cursed her
aren't they
by
like
poisoning the
Medusa
fish she
on ear
bathed.
snakes? That was
Number 5, Loch Ness Monster. People in
Man,
Scotland have
I
claimed
be
for
seeing-
centuries.
not saying, but I've been seeing so many people say that a Loch Ness monster is actually real. But that's just a myth. Like, there's sites or things that can look like it, but Loch Ness monster can't actually be real. Now, back then, there was a dinosaur that was similar to
Huge mysterious creature in Loch Ness with a long neck and a dinosaur-like body, but just with flippers
I
like
knew
paddles
it.
and a
There
neck as
was a
long as
dinosaur
giraffes. It
that
ruled
was
the ocean
actually
for
like a
150
Loch Ness
million
monster,
years.
but
Then, like
not
the
actually
dinosaurs, it
it.
vanished. The Megalodon. It stretched over
Oh,
80 feet
wait.
long and weighed more than 140,000
Most
pounds.
of the
Its
myths
jaws could
I
crush a
actually
car,
be
but its
hearing
teeth
it
were the
in
size of a
school.
man's head.
Like, don't y'all hear certain myths in school about certain creature or like certain things that happen in the world that probably could have been true, but really not true? And Megalodon is one of them. I actually seen a movie about certain sharks. Like, I seen a movie about a ghost shark, two-headed shark. Like, bro, I have seen a couple of movies about a certain shark, but not about Megalodon.
And one bite could split a whale in half. Rescuers
Thing
saw a
is actually
massive
true.
shadow beneath their ship, 60
It
feet
was
long,
them,
built for
but
power,
everybody
not speed.
say
It
great
needed
white
only
shark can't
2,000.
be
In the early
ninja.
2000s, Japanese sailors spotted something strange swimming near Antarctica. They called it ningen. Imagine this, a creature with long, creepy arms and a body like a mermaid. Photos popped up online, claiming
Wait, why the head look like? I can't remember. It's like some type of creature in over there in the Arctic show or in the North South Arctic that have a head similar to that, but not like a walking creature like a 8-foot hand, arm or something. But don't that creature look like a creature that I can't put on top of my hand or head, but it looked like it.
this
I got the
mysterious
creature,
being.
but I
But
can't
sadly,
remember the name
most
of it.
were proven fake. But here's the big
Yeah.
question. Could a creature like the ningen really bite? But these
And yeah,
sloths have long
narwhals
arms,
and
perfect for
everything like
swimming.
that.
Their fossils are often found in Chile and Argentina, two countries very close to
Yeah.
Antarctica. Another shocking theory? The ningen might be an
What?
ancient shark called Achilolamna. This shark also had long fins,
Achilolamna?
swimming silently through prehistoric oceans, just like
See,
stories describe the
I'm not
ningen.
wrong.
However,
A large
fossil
creature
records
be
show that
looking like
Achilolamna
the
disappeared
actual
around
mythological
66 million
creature
years ago
that
during a
are
huge
still
extinction
alive
event.
to
But
this
here's
day.
the twist. Sharks are
Yeah.
nature's toughest survivors. Many have lived longer than
You ain't
dinosaurs
wrong
in
about
global
that.
extinction.
You talking about
So
the sea
what if
creature
Achilolamna didn't
are like
disappear, but
one of the
adapted, hiding in the
biggest
frozen shadows
creatures
beneath
that
Antarctica? No one can say for
absolutely
sure.
don't
But the
need.
ningen,
Besides
whatever it is,
dolphin.
remains one of the
Besides
coldest,
dolphin,
creepiest mysteries
sharks
our
are
world
one of
has to
them.
offer. Number 2, sea eater
The sea
monster.
eater monster.
This isn't just a story, it's a warning. The creature
Yeah.
they call the sea eater is one of the biggest, strangest things ever talked about.
Why?
But describing it, that's nearly impossible. It's just too big. Some say it stands 5 kilometers tall, 4.5 wide, and stretches
tall?
over 25 kilometers long. That's bigger than most cities.
25
Others believe it's even
kilometers?
larger. But truth is,
Damn.
no one really knows. The sea eater lives deep in the world's oceans, far from ships, far from people. But when it moves, it pulls
So it live like deep, like deeper than anything that ships and people can actually see or scuba diver can actually go to. And what happen if you go so deep, like at the bottom of the ocean? Like, what will you find? Like, you will find different sea creatures. You see sea creatures that can fly. Like, I want to know what will y'all find down there. And give your thoughts down in the comments.
itself through the sea mouth by
Stupid
feature
that
two
is.
massive arms, not made of flesh. In 1930, a fisherman and his father were casting nets in the deep Pacific. Suddenly, the older man saw a dark shape rising beneath their boat. Before they could react, the creature surfaced, capsizing their vessel. They were never seen again. But the scariest story? In 1862, the sea eater surfaced near an unknown coast. The waves it triggered reached 120 meters high. Tsunamis followed, flooding the land for over 60 years. Some people say these stories are just myths, but they keep showing up.
got
Over
to
and
be
over
myth,
again, pirates told tales of
right?
serpents that swallowed the world. Religious texts mention the
so many
Leviathan, an
movies
underwater beast
been
that punishes the wicked.
making
Even
the
Egyptian
myth
carvings show
movies
something
for
eerily
so
similar,
long
a creature too
that
big to
people
understand,
nowadays
hiding
be
below the
thinking
waves.
these
So where
myths
is it
are
now?
actually
Most
true.
sightings come from the Pacific and
Yeah.
Indian Oceans, rarely the Atlantic. But those who claim to have seen it believe one thing: if it shows itself, something bad is coming. It never touches land. It seems to rot in shallow water like it's allergic to it. But if it ever found a way to survive on land, the results would be catastrophic. Right now, it's been quiet, too quiet.
So if
maybe
it
it's sleeping,
did
maybe it's
actually
watching,
find a
or
way to
maybe it's
survive on
getting ready
land,
to rise again.
everything
Number
would
one,
be
ghost
worse.
whale. For hundreds of years, whales were considered sacred in Japan. Gifts from the sea, honored with prayers and burials.
One thing I gotta say, ghost whale? Now after this, I gotta look up and see if there really is something called ghost whale. I know there's something called ghost shark, but ghost whale? When did we ever get ghost whale from? Like they're really like different type of whale, but ghost whale that's different. It's different than ghost shark.
Honored with prayers and burials. But one whale returned, not to bless people, but to curse them. They called it Bait Kujira, a glowing whale skeleton said to bring famine and fire. So why would a creature once loved by humans come back as a curse? Fishermen once used every part of the whale and prayed to the creator so its soul could rest in peace. But that respect disappeared when people began hunting whales for money instead of need. By the 1960s, nearly 3 million whales were gone.
3 million
Beautiful songs of whales replaced by the loud noise of factory ships. During a storm near Japan's Oki Islands, fishermen saw a huge shape rise from the waves. They threw their harpoons, but the weapons passed straight through. The whale was pure bone, glowing under the rain. When it vanished, plagues and fires followed. Some say the ghost whale was born from human guilt, as if an angry spirit had risen from the sea to take revenge. In Japan, it's believed that any creature...
What they saying is, like, the ghost whale came from, like, the evilness and coming to harm the people that kill and demise all the other whales. I thought it was something different, but I guess that what you get when you conquer, like, evil spirits and ghosts.
Who dies unfairly or without being honored. Legends say they're still out there, hiding beneath the deepest trenches, waiting to rise again.
You thought the Megalodon was scary? You had to see my next reaction video right here.
Misunderstood, so misunderstood. My temper is bad, my mission is good. I never be labeled as good. I never be labeled as mentally stable. They